working for Interscope?
It was very deliberate. What happened was after we got shelved, I kind of left the industry. And as I was absent from the industry, I was looking at television. Brett was still writing with, B-Rail and Muggs and Sun Doobie. He was working on some solo stuff. And I was in New York and just doing regular life stuff. And I saw the fruits of some of our labor being what we helped along the way, being the success that they were having, them being on MTV, etc. And I was having my daughter, or I had my daughter's mother got pregnant by me, and so at that point, Brett was out here writing, and he said, "Yo," I said, "All right, I want to get in the industry, and I want to learn the business." And that was my goal. And I actually wanted to separate 783 in totality from it, which was one of my bigger mistakes. Had I known better, I would have done it differently. But I wound up going there and working with first I worked with Immortal and Buzztone. Then I transitioned into getting a job offer through at Interscope through King M's and Troy Shelton. And I was part of the rap department there till I became the rap department before I resigned. And right before I resigned is when I had brought Black Eyed Peas over to the, to Jimmy and them. And I resigned that year because my father had passed away, and I got back in it for the business part because of my daughter. My daughter lived in New York, so I wanted to move back to New York. So that's the reason why I resigned from Interscope. But I worked at several other labels after that, including Interscope again, independently.
And when you mentioned the Black Eyed Peas, I have to ask, how did you originally discover them? Like, how did you come across the Black Eyed Peas way back in the day?
Well, they were in the LA scene, and I was running around doing my stuff in the LA scenes, business-wise, promotion-wise, and I would run across Will often. And Will will always give me, he was giving me music since they were called the Hatback Clan. And ironically, I never listened to the music. He would call me, he was very persistent in calling me, "Hey, you listen to my music, you listen to my music, you listen to my music." And technically, I wasn't an A&R, so I was like, nah. But I saw them perform around the circuit. And my brother had a record out through Immortal called Word to God, and he was performing at Northridge, CSUN, when I saw them perform last. And at that performance, Will and I had already established a rapport because of his specific and consistency and wanting me to hear his music. And I said, "Yo, you know what? Their performance was so dope, always, but that performance that night, I knew I was resigning. I was like, yo, here's what I need y'all to do. I need y'all to come see me." And at that time, I was the actual head of the rap department. I was resigning as the head of the rap department. So I was like, yo, I need y'all to come up to the station. I'm going to introduce y'all to who y'all need to be introduced to and let them know that they need to sign you. All right, but I'm getting ready to resign, so come up there. So it was never about the music that I heard with the Black Eyed Peas, although I did hear, a lot of their stuff. It was more about their performance was impeccable, complemented by Will's persistence is the key to what intrigued me and how I ran across and how I introduced Will and the Black Eyed Peas over there in the